Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're on this Monday morning. Got a big week planned. Got a lot of guests coming in, but let's get started with today. I hope all of y'all had a great weekend and ready to get back to work and got a big smile on your face. And we'll watch the episode of Panhandle Outdoors. High today, getting all the way up to 72, and low is 56, and the water temperature is at 66. I think it's sort of leveling off now, and it's going to start getting back up there this week. Remember, it's the last week of March. And we'll do a Monday moon forecast brought to us by Sandhill Seafood up on Highway 77. Good, fresh seafood, as simple as that. And well done, well cooked. So the moon, we're in that waxing stage. Remember, March has 2 full moons, so we've got a full moon coming up toward the end of the week. And Saturday is going to be April 1st, opening of grouper season down in the 4 counties east of us. And a lot of things going on. It's getting ready to bust out. So let's get started. Also, the tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. And we have just a low tide at 342, and today is the 26th. And we're looking at a strong tide the next couple of days. Really strong tides. The wind's coming out of the east now. Folks, just blowing east. It's starting off from the east about 10 to 15 and coming east-northeast about the same thing. So this is prolonged wind we're having. So it's just something that we put up with in March, but it's the last week of March. We got April around the corner. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, folks. And look who we got here on this Monday morning. Happy, smiling Bill Allen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're talking about these Mondays, how, Jeff and Bill are technically still working.
Technically,
I guess you could call that work, but with me being retired, they're accusing me of smiling too much on Mondays. But I think this is just grand that y'all are here helping out all. So what's going on, buddy?
Oh, nothing. I just wanted to do a follow-up. Feel like I owe Dennis Sauls some airtime after Bill's picture, so I finally got the film in.
In fact, we still have that picture. That's a Panhandle Outdoor Classic right there.
That should go on somebody's refrigerator right there.
We need Bill Shields to autograph it. Yeah. We'll auction off as a fundraiser.
Give him a gold star. Be on your refrigerator.
That's right. Okay, so anyway, we're getting back to the catfishing trip y'all had week before last, and we got the pictures, and so we're gonna have some real pictures.
Yeah, this time.
And what happened? We had a technology glitch, and this time it's working good. So let's get started right away. This was all down at Howard Creek at Bill Shields' houseboat. Now tell us about it.
Well, that's Dennis Sauls. We had run down. You can see the water is moving really good right there with a little creek coming in, and
that's beautiful.
Dennis loves those hybrids, and he made a couple of trips down there. And then the second day, I went down with him, and that was one of them. We got some film of that coming up as well.
Okay.
I think is there another one of him? Yeah, that's a different fish.
And what's he fishing with,
these,
Bill?
Just any kind of big lip diving plugs or chatter type bait like that. Once those things move in, they just are ravenous. They'll eat anything that's swimming in a little bit of an erratic fashion.
All right, so y'all caught a mess of fish. And,
we caught a pile right there.
So here we are. So here's what happens. You get them clean and out of the houseboat.
Yeah, it was cool enough. You could tell Dennis had that jacket on, so we were able to have a fire at night, and Dennis and the other guys are out there while Bill's doing the
y'all back there.
The jalapeno hush puppies.
Bill Shields doing all the work. Y'all back there relaxing.
Yeah, well, they are. I mean,
okay.
He does most of the cooking.
Here's the end result. That looks good to everybody.
That's a partial result. That was first run on the fish. But some of that's those hybrids that Bill chunks up, and then obviously some catfish, and we had some shell cracker, and we had a little bit of everything.
It looks good on Monday morning for breakfast.
It looks good now. You can eat that anytime.
All right, so we eat all this food, and then what happens after this?
There you go. You got Dennis and Bill, and if you look at the background, our other buddy's back there as well. But When you're old and you get full, that's the result. So that's what I have to put up with in the middle of the day fishing with all those old men. They're asleep.
I know it, but that's a routine, and it's a time-honored classic routine.
It really is.
You know, fishing is a lot of work. I tell Gail, I said, I got to go work hard today now to go fishing. So you go fishing, you catch these fish. They taste good on it.
Many naps have been in those chairs right there. Those aren't the first, but when it's like when I go to the mountains, when you pull those fish out and cook them right there.
Oh man!
And you pull those fish out that day and cook them right there. It doesn't get any better than that.
That's right. And those hybrids, that's good white meat right in there.
Yeah, you kind of need a chainsaw to clean them, but they are good and fight. Man, you talk about in swift water when you get one of those hooked up, you got your hands full with them.
That's strong. So we're gonna take a break and come back and talk about the video on this trip. So let's take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Sitting here with my cohort and co-sponsor and everything else, fishing buddy, and we didn't get to go on this trip because I was volleyballing, but I know y'all had a great time.
Oh, we did.
And I planned on going. I missed that trip. And then 2 weeks later, I missed that sheephead trip where I showed the picture Friday, all those sheephead Andy Weeks caught. So we're going to get back in the saddle. Anyway,
this retired business isn't working.
I'm telling you, y'all need to keep working so you have some free time. You get retired, you don't have any free time. I swear. Now, the Dennis Halls and Bill Shields, a lot of the old timers remember them. They coached our little league team that went all the way to the finals back in a good while back.
The Little League World Series.
Little League World Series, they won it.
We were all coaching over at R.L. Turner. The team out of R.L. Turner.
So that was those
Dennis
boys.
And Bill were the manager and coach. And
you were helping out too, wasn't you?
Well, there was a lot of people that, other coaches, helped out. I didn't go to any of the tournaments or anything. We had some kids from our team on the on that team.
And those boys, I remember watching the finals of that Saturday afternoon before they went into the World Finals, and we lost, barely lost, but it was a great run.
That was a fantastic team and a legitimate team, and there was a lot of differences that year.
Yeah. And the only bad thing, when they got older, half the boys went to Bay High and half of them went to Mosley. Boy, if we could have kept them together.
You never keep them all together, but
we had a great, I think that's some of the same group. We won a state championship at Mosley with some of those same boys. So
I'm sure there's some of those.
And baseball and outdoors goes together, don't it?
Everything in outdoors goes. Baseball goes with everything.
All right, so anyway, hybrid fishing. Dennis is an expert at it, I guess.
He loves it. So, he discovered it a few years ago.
What's some of his keys to being successful?
Well, you need to find where some of these creeks are coming into the rivers where you've got really good water moving. Even like at the mouth of Bierman's there and the big river when you go down and those hybrids, especially this time of year, they're moving back and forth and just sitting there waiting on stuff to come to them. So Dennis, we got some film coming up, but we kind of pulled up. There was a tree there right at the entrance of the place we were, and we just tied off and started casting out there. But
you were casting toward the center and just bringing it back to that
or even down. As long as you've got that thing swimming in there, when they come in, they can't resist it. I've caught them on Cliff and I one time found them and caught them on gold spoons. So that was really all we had at the time to to swim. But yeah, it's an absolute blast. They're strong, and you just sit out and wait on them. If you make several casts and they're not there, you just hang out a little bit, and eventually you'll see one hit or one come around and start casting again. They just kind of move in and out and wait on the bait to come to them.
Fall in the river, rise in the river, does that matter much on that?
Well, I think falling's probably, the swifter the water, the more the more food it brings. So that's been the case most of the time. It's like, right there, that water was humming out of there, and the wind was blowing too, so it was really, and the bigger the lip, the harder it is to drive that down in that much moving water, but it's a blast.
And the catfish, well, beauty of it, you can do that during the daytime, and catfish at night, at a trot line. So
well, I've sat in that same place and kind of just off to the side and caught, I don't know how many catfish. In fact, you and I fished there many years ago, but yeah, you can sit in kind of one place and do both of them.
All right, so we got some video now, and now who shot the video?
I did, so right, it's not going to be well done.
This is Bill Allen production here.
We ran out there, and I thought it would be pretty cool to see a couple of them. One had a good result, one had a not so good result, but that happens.
That's fishing.
That is fishing.
We do that all the time. So what we're going to do now, we're going to roll this video, and then we're going to take a break and come back. I got an invention I want to show y'all. The guy showed me on how to shuck oysters. So, but Jeff, let's go ahead and roll this video of this fishing trip right here.
Ooh, look at there, Bill. Oh my!
I'm filming you now.
Come on in here. Come on. Whoa! Come back. Come back.
Then she got a stud right there, Flo.
Yeah. He don't want to come to the boat. He does not want to come in. Darling.
Get him, Dennis. Don't you want me to stop filming?
No, you're good.
He ain't gonna fit in your net, then. Can't get his head in there. Couldn't get his head in the net, did he? And use this camera all at the same time.
Look at there, what a fish, Bill. Good Lord.
Don't let him get you.
No, sir. If we can get him out of this net, he's going to be a showpiece. That is a bass right there, boy.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he's going
Don't do that. There, he got a good shot of him there.
There he goes. He's trying to get himself out of it.
Yeah, he like to not got himself in that net. Camera in one hand and trying to net it in the other hand.
Be real careful not.
I didn't want to knock him off while I'm recording it here.
Yeah.
Not that I've ever knocked a fish off, of course.
There he is right there. What do you think?
Let me back up just a little bit. He's too big to get both of y'all.
Hand me those pliers and I'll give you that.
Dennis, that's a nice fish, buddy. Look at you, look at you.
That a keeper?
That is a keeper. Nice job.
Beautiful fish. And
Ooh,
a
that's
fish.
what, your third one this morning? Hell, here we got Dennis Saws hooked up number 4. The hybrid master here.
Coming out of the water.
The hybrid master. They put up a fight, don't they, Dennis?
Yes, sir. That's when they hit, they don't waste no time. They get serious. And I'm just as surprised as he was. This one right here has got some bulk to it.
Now this has been a tough day for us. It's 8:15 in the morning. We've already run bush hooks for the morning, picked up a nice catfish, and Dennis is now explaining the finer points of catching hybrid, because after struggling, he went to his go-to bait and was gonna make 3 or 4 casts, but he never got to. I think he caught him on the first one, and now he's backed it up.
Oh, come on now.
You got another good one, Dennis?
I think so.
Can you get him? Woo, look at you.
Oh!
No! Oh, tape! Oh, tape! That's what happens. I should have been netting for you instead of recording, but Winston appreciate it.
I am sick.
I'll take the blame.
I am sick. That's all right.
Hi, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that video. Let's take a look at Fishing Game Times first, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. And don't forget, their big shindig is coming up soon. We're going to talk about that later. Okay, 8:39 to 10:39 this morning, and then 9:08 to 11:08 this evening later on. Good video there.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, you can just do that over and over again. And another thing that's real effective for those is just a regular old rattle trap.
Yeah.
Something that swims like that. It's a little bit easier to use in that really swift water. Because those big lip baits, you know, they're when you're going against the water, they put a strain on you.
Yeah, and it will. Now, what kind of, does it line and leader? What about that? What does he do with that?
You know, it's just I think Dennis Dennis used monofilament, I believe, but
stretching.
you know, you as always, you know, I would use a little bit heavier monofilament leader if I was using a Power Pro, which is basically all I use on everything.
I tell you, it's a great time to get those old tackle boxes out and find some of those old plugs with old lips on them. If you lose them, you haven't lost much. And
that's right.
So that's really, and I'm going to do that. All right, now, you know, Bill, we talk about outdoors our whole life, and when we go fishing, we talk about different things and all, and we all talk about inventions. It's people invent things for outdoorsmen. Outdoorsman does this and that, and things that invention, you know. It's so neat to have some of these inventions. Well, I had a call the other day from Andy Theotis.
Right.
Their family had the old Harbor House restaurant. You remember that in St. Andrews?
Yes, sir.
That was a classic place, and Andy's Flower Power. He's had that. His son's running, doing all that stuff now. But Andy,
I think he still has the bakery. I mean,
he's got that bakery.
I think on Saturdays you can find him in St. Andrews.
Yep, and there's a great family and all, and he's just a good guy. He called me, and you know, he's an old school Bay County guy. So here we go. He said, Winston, I've been down to C&G, talked to Ron and Groom, and they told me to call you and tell you about this invention of mine. So I met him at Emerald Coast Fellowship in the parking lot, and we sat there and talked. He showed me this invention, folks, is for shucking oysters.
Yeah.
How many times have we stabbed ourselves in the hand shucking oysters?
How many times
everybody
have you
has.
oysters?
I mean, you know, just cleaning them and boom, like that. Well, this will prevent that. So this is called I'm going to put a sign up right here. It's called the original, is that going to work right there, Jeff? It's called the Original Oyster Buddy, okay, from Panama City Beach, Florida, and it's sold here. And I'm going to tell you right now, they got something down at C&G Sporting Goods. Now, here's how this works. Now, being a school teacher my whole life, I know that you communicate with young people if you can make some kind of model instead of just verbally tell them about it. So I'm trying to think of some kind of model. I didn't have any oysters at the house, so I went to my workshop and tried to find something that looked like the oyster. So, okay, so this right here says oyster. It says oyster on it, okay?
It's got to be.
Use your imagination, okay? This is an oyster. So what you do, this is like Bill just did. You put this on the table. This lip right here goes on the table, and you see it's a simple process. And he demonstrated it to me. And you set the oyster in here like that, okay? Everybody with me now? Now the oyster's sitting there. And I'm going to do this. Now this is my scallop knife, handmade by Chester Forehand, and that's scalloped. A lot of scallops been cleaned with that, but that's another story. So here's what you do: you just hold it like this, and you wedge it in here, and and that way you don't have to hold it in your hand, and you go in there, work it, and open it up, and look at there. There's your oyster right there. Okay, simple as that. That way, a wedge is ideal. Now it's not for speed shucking, I mean, but you stop and think about it. That makes sense, don't it?
Oh, it does make sense. You know, you see a lot of stuff like that come down the pipe, all those crab cleaning contraptions that you can buy, and fish cleaning.
Yeah. Well, I was just tickled. I told him I'd talk about it on the show. I'm trying to get him to come on, but he said he's a little camera shy, but I want him to come on. He and his buddy invented this, and here it is. It's the Original Oyster Buddy. And they're going to have me down to C&G. He's going to try to get some in Apalachicola and different places and all that. But I appreciate, I don't think he'll mind me saying this. Andy's 76 years old, And he's come up with an invention like that. Isn't that awesome? And you know, that's just what a testimonial is. You keep that mind working, keep the body working, and just keep on going. So what do you think?
Winston, I'm not sure you just couldn't hold this with your hand completely out of the way and do it that way.
You know, I hadn't thought about it. You may could. You may could. That way you ain't got when you ain't gonna stab and all, and it fit right in there. Yeah. So that's a great idea. And anytime you have an invention or something like that, and it pertains to something that you know we our audience can use, y'all give us a call, and we'll meet you somewhere and talk about it, and get you to come on the show.
I see people all the time, and I was at a farmer's market this past weekend, and a guy came up to me, and he makes some beautiful chairs and some things like that. He had a booth, and I can't remember his name right now, but that's not unusual for me. But real nice guy. We talked fishing for a while, and he loves the show, watches it every morning, and I've encouraged people, you know, to send your photos in, send your stories in. You can contact you by email when you go to the website. But there's as many great stories out there as there are people fishing and then outside. You know, it's just things happen that, frankly, you just don't see if you're not out there all the time.
And we need to share these activities and these experiences and all, because it is us. It's the Florida Panhandle, a unique kind of folks up here. And it's really, and I'm fascinated at all the different things just continue to go on.
And some excellent fishermen in every category. Man. I mean, guys that go out and just wear the brim out or wear the, you know, I mean, trout fishermen, it's just, you know, you share that. You don't have to necessarily share where.
And you don't have to. This is a vehicle right here on Fox 28 on Panhandle Outdoors. This is the way we can do that. We can share that and talk about it and give people recognition, and it's just really, really good. And we get so much good positive feedback. And like I said, you run it and people all the time to watch it. And
constantly, anywhere. Yeah, anywhere.
Well, when's our next trip? I know our next trip, when the show ends, we're going to get some breakfast.
I offer on April 26th, I am going to the mountains.
April 26th.
And I think you've already backed out on that.
What did I have?
I don't know, but.
There was something coming April 26th. But, okay, we're gonna try to work it out. Let's go get some breakfast.
That sounds good.
All right, bud. Thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. Appreciate the viewership, and do something good today for your fellow man. Have a great day, and God bless.
God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.